Okay, so this Hangout on air is live. Happy New Year to Lee and to Nobby. Was a good year, a good start, guys?
Yep.
Yes? Did you eat a lot during these holidays?
What, you mean the year has started already?
Yeah, you're right. The new year started. You eat a lot during the holidays, and what did you eat?
No, didn't eat very much during the holidays.
Really? You don't eat a lot?
No,
Wow.
I'm trying to lose weight. Gotta try and lose weight.
Okay, okay. How can you lose weight if you eat all those sweets?
I eat very thin sweets.
You cut?
Very thin sweets.
Okay. What do you eat for Christmas Eve or Christmas Day?
I gotta be honest, I have no idea. I can't remember. Food is food.
Food is food. Okay, okay. What about you, Lee?
I eat anything and everything.
You eat everything and everything. Okay, okay, I got it. Good, good, good. So just the usual for people watching the mastermind. I have invited a few more people, and I got a message from Corey Vandenberg to remove him. Sometimes, or actually, quite often, people maybe in the U everywhere now are not anymore active marketer, and maybe they're not interested in this kind of events, hangout. Anyway, the usual is when is the mastermind. So for someone it's today, like for me and Lee, and for someone it's Tuesday, like for Nobby. So it depends on your time zone, but please check the calendar, the event detail on the event page. It's on the right side, and everyone that is looking at the event page should see its actual date and time. Because again, different time zone. For me it's 10 p.m. Then I know for Nobby it's 8 a.m. Nobby? Did I lose you? We got Dean, Nobby. Hi, Dean.
Hey, buddy.
Hi, Dean.
Hi.
Howdy, howdy.
Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year, buddy.
Okay, great. So I was just gonna start with the usual. I was saying the time that we have this mastermind. For me, it's 10 p.m. What time is it for you?
For me, it's 3 p.m.
Lee, for you? Lee is muted. Nobby?
8 a.m.
8 a.m.
Tomorrow for you guys. I'm in the future. You want to know what it's like?
That's why.
Yeah, what's tomorrow like?
It's good to be alive.
It's good to be alive. That's right. It's good to be alive. Okay, so that's the date. Then why are we doing this? Nobby?
I don't know.
You don't know. We're just hanging out. Well, the goals of the mastermind should be to help us reach our mission, team working, and well, there are a few more. Achieve better results, be accountable with your colleague, increase revenue with your marketing, share best practices, and use leverage and team building. Then where can you watch the last episodes? Well, since we have done this event as private, if you don't have the link, as I understood from Lee, you cannot watch the recording.
Correct.
So I need to give you the link. How can you join this mastermind? Two ways. One is to watch. And to watch, I send invitation to people, and they can watch normally. They just need to click start on the event page. Where is the video? There is a blue button that says start. And there you can watch, and you can write maybe something on the event page. If you want to join, like me, Nobby, Lee, and Dean, who disappear, now Dean is there. So then you need to be invited to join. And it's something special, which means I need to know you want to come and participate actively. So then at the time of the event, I will send you an invitation directly to join. If you want to do that, please just on the event page write that you will watch, and so I know I need to invite you directly to join. If someone wants to join and they haven't been invited, or someone wants to watch, they can contact me on social media, on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, whatever. And okay, so I think we can close this up and start with what we have been doing during these 2 weeks. Who wants to start?
Well, I'll jump in. It's you know, the last couple of weeks, it's I'm still trying to get my book finished. You know, I'm that close and just can't. It just got really busy, and family and weather and, you know, just stuff like that. So I hadn't got it done. But
Navi's shaking, huh? Navi.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. He's over there going, ding, 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 ding. You know, come on, man. And so, but mostly, you know, just a lot of stuff going on around the Christmas holiday thing. You know, just not much else you can do business-wise. A lot of this, except prepare, you know, for next year, which we've been doing that. But just, you know, here and there with family and stuff like that.
What did you eat?
Let's see. I guess the important part here. We ate. Let's see. We had one event. We had barbecue, which is of course kind of a Texas staple. We had one family meal. We did Mexican food, which is another Texas staple. Let's see. I'm trying to remember what the other meal was that we did as family. I guess it was regular, just ham and turkey and stuff like that.
Okay, I see. So Texas is barbecue, Mexican, and then it's this traditional ham and what did you say? Ham and turkey?
Yep, right.
Okay, I got it. Then Nobby just don't remember, and Lee said he hates everything. Okay. Well,
no, I don't like everything. It's sweets. I love the sweets.
You love the sweets. I wonder which kind of sweets. Just any kind?
It'll be mostly cake for him.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, Dean, I guess you need to work on your book. Now, what happened with Amazon? You got penalized?
Yeah, well, I didn't get something in on time, and so they didn't penalize me from getting my book out. They just penalized me for the next year. I can't do a pre-sale, which is, you know, no big deal. I just got to get the book finished and get it out, because when I release the next one, I'll already have, you know, traction. It won't be like I'm starting from never heard of, no audience, nobody. So I'm not. The second one I'm not near as worried about, but I just got to get this one finished and get it out there.
Okay. So who is next?
My new book cover.
What?
Dean.
Huh?
Look, my new book cover.
Yeah, hey, rub it in, man. I hear you. Hey, man, I'm guilty. I just did not get it done.
It was just appropriate, that's all.
Sure it was. It's gonna be poor boy, rich boy. That's what the next one is.
Yeah. So well, I think the next one's actually going to be called because I've got them up as a title with financial fairy tales.
Right.
I think the next one's actually going to be called The Big Bad Wolf of Wall Street.
There you go. I think that's cool.
Yeah, and then the Three Pigs and all that sort of stuff. But Jack and the Beanstalk, all that sort of thing. So, you know, you can turn anything into anything. But, geez, what did I do over Christmas? Let me see. I decided I had to clean up the garage. You know, the wife says put it out in the garage. So eventually it's like we got no space in the garage.
I did that too while during the holidays. I did some of that too.
Well, I went out there, I cleaned up the garage, and in cleaning up the garage, I thought, oh, do you know what? I've got stuff that I've got in storage. When I closed my office down 7 years ago, I put all this stuff into storage, and it's been costing me about $4,000 a year. So I said, damn it, I'm going to bring it home. So we did. So we brought it home. It all fits into the garage, and now we're cleaning it out and giving stuff off to the Salvation Army and you know, things like that. And I'm finding all my old marketing stuff in there. It's like, oh, I don't want to let go of it. And just having to become a little bit more ruthless. Because what worked in the old days hasn't really changed a lot. It's just a different medium that we're using. So the message really is pretty much the same. So I'm sort of hanging on to some of it, and I probably shouldn't. I should probably let go of it and just concentrate on what I'm doing. So, so in the process, I ended up with fingers being sliced off because of, you know, tiles dropping across them, splinters, gashes, gouges. Realised that my comprehensive car insurance is about to run out, so I had to race out and buy a car. So we got something for about $1,500. It's cost me another $2,000 to get registered and on the road and all that sort of thing. So it's just to keep my insurance.
Wow.
My rating 1 insurance. Otherwise, you drop back a couple of ratings, it ends up costing you more and more money. It's just not worth the effort. So, and I never go anywhere. I go from home to the airport.
Yeah.
You know, crazy. But so we've got that. What else do we get done? We didn't go away. We'll go away some stage later. Got an invitation to speak to a 1,000-person event. So already planning that one. That's in May. What else? I don't know. Just working out there and working in here, trying to get stuff done, trying to get it finished. For that Rich Girl, Poor Girl book, I actually want to do the I've got it up on Amazon already for pre-sale, but to let everybody in the group know, I'm hoping to have it all done this week.
Can you repeat, Nobby? Sorry, I did a mistake.
Repeat what? Which part?
About the book. You were talking about the book.
The book I've already got up on Amazon for pre-sale, but to release it, it doesn't get released for sale until the 28th of January, and I've just got to get my page finished because we're going to do a special for everybody who signs up to buy the book. On the day of the sale, Bruce Jones and I are going to do a Google Hangout, which will explain to people how they should be doing their setup for the book. And this is where a lot of people have trouble.
Sorry, Nobby, I didn't hear. You said you and Bridget Jones?
Yeah, Bridget Jones. Bruce Jones.
Bruce Jones. Oh, it would have been cool with Bridget Jones.
I wouldn't mind Bridget Jones, but Bruce Jones is going to have to do.
Okay.
So, but Bruce Jones is a market launch person. Nice guy. But very much into books. He makes a lot of money out of blank pages. I think we talked about him last time. Just the music books with blank pages in them.
Right.
He sells those all day long. So he and I are going to do the Google Hangout, how to format a book for Kindle.
Cool.
Okay. How to format for Kindle.
Yep.
Which is not this from CreateSpace to Kindle.
That's a different thing again. CreateSpace is actually printing your book, and the thing that I found out is with a Kindle, it's very much just like a straight-out PDF. You don't need to have your blank pages or anything in there. All they actually want to see is the text. So in doing that, the text needs to be formatted correctly, so when it gets printed online, it comes out right. But when it goes to CreateSpace, it is actually formatted more like for a proper printed book. So it's slightly different. Now, I don't know how Mike and Paul and Ed are doing theirs, but you know, from what I've seen, it's not as well set out as a proper print book that I think most people would prefer to have. They're just printing it off, makes no difference. But I want it done properly, so it's going to be a different file to go to CreateSpace to be printed, so it comes out like a correct book.
Okay. Okay. Lee, what about you?
What about me?
So how was your week?
Crazy busy with family stuff. So didn't work too much. Kind of lot of thought going on, a lot of figuring out things, and now just hitting the ground running. So that's kind of where I'm at now. You know, didn't just spent a lot of time with the family this year, and just kind of hung out, and really didn't work a lot. Let the team do everything.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, yeah, it was nice. It was nice to unplug for a little bit and not deal with some stuff, and kind of clear my head and get ready for the new year. So now we're very focused and rapidly moving forward.
Oh, that's good. Any news about your strategy? Have you
No,
done?
nothing. We just reworked a lot of what we're doing and pulled it back to some more basics, and just sat down and really figured out a little bit more of the inbound marketing structure and how we've kind of varied from that a little bit this last year, and brought that back a little closer into the way inbound works, with pulling some of a lot of the power marketing stuff into it. So really refocusing the power marketing stuff, thinking of how that should be structured, and what we were doing and how we weren't really using it the way we should have been. And so now over the week, for the holiday season, I went through all the retraining from Diego's thing, and because he has all the MP3s and stuff up in the portal. And so I went through all 3 days of stuff, listened to it 3-4 times, everything, and just reworked my notes and refigured things, and saw where maybe I could be using some of this stuff a little bit better. And I think between that and then doing the inbound stuff and what we're doing there and a couple of little things, I think that we've got a new system that is a little more streamlined, actually a lot more streamlined, and a lot more effective, because we're not going to be searching for things anymore. We pretty much got what we're doing this year, and we're going to stick to the plan, and I'm not going to let any shiny objects jump in and pull me, because that's kind of not really what happened last year a lot, but a few times it just, new stuff would pop up and I would jump on and go, oh, okay, well, I can see how this can plug in and start using it. And this year I'm going to be a little more picky about what we actually do and how we do it, and sticking to our packages for this year, and just kind of see how that works. If it doesn't work, then I will, I'll know pretty quick, and we'll make adjustments to make sure that the clients and the money keeps rolling in. But I think that by pulling back a little bit and regrouping and just using the main parts that actually work, and not experimenting too much this year, I think we're gonna hit our goal.
Okay. When you say power marketing and Diego, I mean, he is targeting manufacturers, right?
Not necessarily.
No.
Not necessarily. I mean, the system works for any business. You can help any business out. It just, the bigger money is with manufacturers. People trying to sell higher dollar items. The power marketing system will work for a shoe repair store, but a shoe repair guy is going to pay you a few $100s a month, and where a manufacturer who's selling a $10 million piece of equipment or $2 million piece of equipment is going to bring in $10,000 to $20,000 a month. So where do you want to focus your efforts and time?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. So that how are you going to get those manufactured? Because you said you want to get away from the shoe repair shop.
Right. Yeah, I've really increased my prices for this year. We've reworked some stuff. Plus, and we also dropped back and I built a small package for small Main Street businesses. I came up with one little package that was like, because I do spend a lot of time coaching and helping small business owners and stuff. The guys who really can't afford me, but this is how I kind of give back, is like, to get them to move forward and help them, not get ripped off by other guys, which really, kind of my thing of, being upset about, how some of these other companies rip people off and stuff, SEO companies and stuff like that, and how they'll take the money and run, but it doesn't help the business out at all. Right. So, I come up with a little package that's more in line with the small thing. It's only like $2,000 for the year. I got, a couple people within the company, my team just dealing with the whole thing, where all I do is just meet with the client once and just, push it off on them, and they just handle the whole account. And it's not developing hardly any content at all. I think we shoot one video for that, and the rest of it's all just making sure that their website is fairly optimized and their business is fairly optimized with the local search directories and stuff to make sure they show up, in the Google Lucky 7 pack and stuff. And that's really about it for that.
Well, did you say Google Lucky 7?
Yeah, the Lucky 7 with Google. They call it Google My Business now or whatever. Every week it's something different.
Yeah, they always change name. What was the Google Maps now became My Business? Yeah, okay, but do you mean to make them appear on the first page of Google?
Well, to try to make sure they're optimized to show up there. I mean, for their products and services, because that's one of the biggest problems that I see. Is where a lot of businesses get robbed, by some of these SEO guys and stuff, is they try to optimize for words that they'll never rank for and try to do all this stuff, and the whole time the business is paying this money and they can't really afford it, but they know they need to be there, but it's not doing them any good. So, if they can at least show up for their local products and services and show up on that Google map, that's really where it's at, and that has nothing to do with a website at all. You don't even have to have a website to show up in that Google map section. So that's where they need to be, and as long as we can help them achieve that position for keywords, the main keywords that they should be showing up for, or at least some long tail keywords, then it's going to help their bottom line. And that's my big thing with them is just really to help them along without
okay,
spending time and money in places they don't need to.
Okay. Maybe later on we can talk about this finding long tail, which kind of tools are best, and things like that. And one thing I wanted to ask to Nobby before I tell about my couple of weeks. You said an event, Nobby, you're gonna go for 1,000 people. Where is it?
Here in Melbourne.
Melbourne. Okay. Okay. It's summer there, right? You've been writing 30 degrees.
Yep. Actually, over in Perth yesterday, they had 44.4.
Wow.
If you need to know what a conversion is on that, let me just check.
Nice. No, maybe too hot. Too hot. That sounds like Arizona. 40.
Yeah, it would be.
Death Valley or Middle East.
It would be, where are we? Go back there.
You're gonna burn your head with 44.
111.92.
111. Wow.
Call it 112 degrees.
That's hot.
But that's 44 Celsius.
Yeah, it's very hot.
Yeah, we've just had bushfires over the last few days. It's been very hot here.
Yeah. Anyway, I envy you, Nobby, because I was looking to escape the winter. So from Norway we moved to Italy, but it's north of Italy. So Yeah, there were some sunny days, but still it's cold. I have my winter jacket. Not maybe as cold as Norway, even though this year hasn't been so cold, but still, it's winter time here.
Well, if it's of any consolation, I finally got the pool clean, all right?
The pool clean, the pool clean. Ah, okay. Okay, that's nice. That's nice.
So come over anytime you want.
Lee, you have the pool too, right?
Yeah.
And you, Dean?
No.
No, no pool. So,
Yeah,
Dean,
nope.
we can just, one day we go to Lee and one day we go to Nobby.
There we go.
They're gonna invite us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, hey, you're more than welcome. You know where we live. We're down under.
Sure. Okay.
Just knock on the door and bring some stuff, some shrimps to chuck on the barbie. You'll be fine.
I want one of them koala burgers.
Yeah, hey, no problem. Koala burgers are on the menu. And kangaroo.
Koala burger. Poor koala. Come on, how can you eat koala? They are so sweet.
Very, very nice. Very tasty. Yum. Especially that little black nose and the furry little ears.
Ooh. Do you eat them? Do you eat them like the Greek when they eat the pig? They put them in the stick, the whole pig.
Well, you know how Greeks and Lebanese put the meat on the skewer, and yeah, that's what you do with the koala. Just put the skewer through the koala, put it on barbecue, and slice the meat off.
No. Poor koala. Now you're cruel. You should eat the crocodile.
The very tasty parts are the eyes, the ears, and the tongue, and the nose.
Disgusting. Why don't you eat the crocodile instead? It's a mean animal.
And you can eat the crocodile, and afterwards we turn it into a handbag.
Handbag, yeah, sure. It's not good meat, the crocodile.
Yeah, it's like fish.
It's like fish. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Have you ever got any problem with this big animal, shark, crocodile?
No, no problem at all. We just kill them and eat them.
You just kill them all. Okay.
We just jump in the water, you know, kill it, take it out.
Sure.
We're
sure.
tough.
Sure. Okay.
Occasionally a shark takes a human, but hey, you know, it's give and take in their territory.
That's right. Good diet. You're a cannibal, Nobby. Okay, so moving forward, my couple of weeks have been a lot of coming here to Italy, family, and then our little baby, opening present, eating food. It was quite lousy Christmas, noisy. I mean, we have a big family here, so we were in a restaurant, and then we were in my buildings. There is like a party room, and well, I've been working a bit on the Indiegogo campaign. I've been testing few things, and maybe you guys got the message from me about this Indiegogo campaign, right?
Yes.
Yes, and it was from a service called Green Inbox. Have you guys heard about Green Inbox app?
No.
Yes? No?
No.
No.
No. Well, let's say it's something like Instant Customer. Basically, I don't know how they message all your Facebook friends, and they send email and SMS with this. They pull all your contacts. Now you need to log in with your Facebook and your Google, and they pull all your emails, phone number, and Facebook friends. They even do it with Twitter and LinkedIn, and then they have something with publishers. This is just for crowdfunding for publishers. So I've been testing out this. I got bad feedback. You guys haven't given me your feedback yet. But it was Terry. You guys remember Terry, right? Terry Brandon. Lee? You remember we were driving with him.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry, yes.
On the 60, you know?
Yes.
Yeah, he gave me bad feedback. He said the campaign wasn't well written, was misspelling, and then He said the video was not so clear, the mission is not so clear. Anyway, I need to work on, and then also the perks, the awards we're giving away. It's kind of challenging to find good awards, good perks. But the Indiegogo campaign is not really what is gonna help the company move forward. We are more looking for this private equity investor that they're gonna put I don't know, 100,000, 200,000, a million, something like this. So there we're looking for a startup incubator as the one we got accepted in San Francisco. It's called Create Space. Yes, in Silicon Valley. Then also we got accepted in Toronto in Canada and in Istanbul in Turkey. But I had to postpone because of the baby. So the Indiegogo is more like a funny game. I mean, it's good that we are getting some traffic and we are learning, getting some feedbacks. If you guys have seen the campaign and you have something to say, even critic, I mean, it's good because you always learn.
Yeah, I just hadn't had a chance. I saw it. I just hadn't had a chance to take sit down and take a look at it. So I'll do that.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. When you have the time, that's okay. Then also, I've been moving forward with properties. This week I should visit one bed and breakfast in north of Italy, and then we are gonna go in Sicily. We need to fix family property, and I gotta go and visit all my partners in Sicily. And I think I should get another camping, or yeah, I should get a camping. I think, and then I also should get a new property in another side of Italy later on in January. My goal is to reach the 100 units, 100 properties. So I need to do this acquisition quite fast. I must say it's challenging. But yeah, I gotta do that. Like Lee said, gotta focus and try to achieve that because that's our core business right now. It's managing properties, and then everything goes along with that: the restaurants, the bars, and yeah, I mean, I would say the things connected with tourism, with travel. Anyway, my time is over. Now we can talk maybe about the best practices. Okay. So
Early to bed, early to rise.
what?
Early to bed, early to rise.
Early to bed,
And early to rise.
early to rise. That's right. No,
That's
I
a
haven't
good
done
practice.
too much. I haven't done too much there, Nobby. My baby stay up until 2 or 3. Now she's getting better. But
Yeah.
I don't sleep much in the night with my baby.
The life of an entrepreneur, hey?
Yeah, that's
You work
right.
harder than ever and get less sleep.
That's
The life
right.
of a house with a newborn.
That's right. That's
God,
right.
that's not happening around here anymore.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of hassle, but I must say, guys, it's the most beautiful things ever happened in my life.
It's well worth it. Once, twice, maybe.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Probably not this football team family. I know someone has 11 or 12 kids. That must be a hassle. Big one, big time. Okay, so best practices. I would have liked to talk a little bit about this long tail. What do you guys use to find the long tail? Which kind of tools? What's the best practices for you?
Oh, I guess I can start.
Yeah.
I guess the main thing is probably just using Google AdWords, the keyword tool.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of best ones I found. That and just looking at what the clients, what they're offering, and the questions around the product and service. What are the main questions people are asking about those products and services? Kind of like the 10 by 10 by 4 thing. Just find out what the questions are, and those are kind of usually the long tail words that people look for. How do I fix this? How do I keep from this happening? How do I make this work? There, and then a lot of just sitting and talking with the client, finding out, just unpacking everything from them, and digging deeper into what a customer wants, the questions that they do ask, and that seems to lead more to the longer tail keywords. And the long tail keywords, you're not looking at a bunch. There's usually there's a ton of them, but they're not normally there's not a lot of search volume there. But the main thing is when what you want is that traffic to when they do type in a long tail word, that they find you, because that's usually somebody who's looking to buy. The short words, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 words. Mostly people are looking, they're just kicking tires, trying to do their research. But when they actually come up with a long tail keyword for something, they're typing that in. They're looking. They're either a hot prospect or they've got a problem that they need to solve or something. So that's kind of how we look at it. Is just coming up with a list of questions, a list of everything, and then typing that into the AdWords system and see what the search volume is roughly, and then compare that to maybe a couple other things. We use Moz, we use Raven tools and that type of stuff to throw in there and kind of see what kind of search volume, what kind of traffic we get from those words. A lot of times you'd be surprised how much traffic you can get every month from some of those long tail keywords. You get enough of them.
So do you use Google Insight, Google Trends to know what people are searching for, or you just use Google AdWords?
Google Trends is it's exactly what it is. It's trending, and when you're dealing with companies that trying to sell certain types of machines and services and stuff, it's usually that they're not trending too well. They're so we don't really. I don't find that tool very valuable in the sense of trying to find somebody who's trying to offer teeth whitening products and stuff and things. It's more of how to use it, what not to do with it, how to get better results and things like that. So it's a lot less trending. What a lot of our clients are not so, especially car dealers. They're not. There's hardly anything trending with cars other than hybrids and some certain things. But it's mostly of with those guys. It's longer tail keywords of certain colors that it comes in, or certain types of configuration, trim packages, things like that they look for, that people type in.
Okay. What about you, Dean and Nobby? I saw Nobby has put this website, which I put also on the Mastermind.
Yeah, I just put that up there. It's a program that I saw a while back. And I don't actually go looking for anything with long tail keyword. It's not really my market, what I'm into. So, but I do keep an eye out for what's going on.
What do you mean it's not your market? You're not doing any SEO? You don't need to come out on search engine with your clients?
No, not for me. See, my thing is slightly different, in as much as I may have the outsourcing office, but at the end of the day, they do what they do over there. I have nothing to do with it, apart from getting my work done in there. My stuff revolves around talking to people about managing their money and how to get out of debt, how to generate money, making money with their ideas, their knowledge, their experience. So I don't go looking for keyword stuff. I don't try and bamboozle anybody with technology. I just tell it out how it is, you know. Fairly
Okay.
simple and straightforward stuff.
Yeah, don't bamboozle your clients.
No.
Okay, so what about you, Dean?
Exact tool that Nami put in the deal, Long Tail Pro, and then combine it with what Lee said by using the Google Word Planner thing, and Long Tail Pro kind of makes it shorter. You know, you don't have to do as much work because you put your keywords in there, and then it kind of creates some long tails, which you just throw into, Google Planner and see what traffic is coming to those words, and you can quickly kind of gauge, okay, that's not a good term. Don't worry about it. Do this, so that's pretty much the same way. And I think the key thing there is, if you're using it for SEO power for people, is ability to then be able to create a help ranked site, and that's so that people find it, and of course traffic helps that happen. So that's kind of how you have to make it work.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I have this plugin on my WordPress site called Yoast. You guys heard about Yoast?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, you did. Okay, and Yoast makes all the SEO for your blog post, and they also have keyword research, analyze this page, SEO settings. They do quite a lot of things. If you have a blog and you want to optimize that blog, maybe Lee, this is good for you. If you're using WordPress for your clients, you can put this plugin and it will help you to set up the right title and all this other stuff with the long keyword, like you said. So I've been using Yoast quite a lot to do SEO and keyword research. And yes, I've been using before. I mean, I've been using also the AdWords. Also, this Yoast is connected with AdWords and Google Insight. I also been using before some tools that you guys have said before, like Web CEO, Moz, yeah, a few other things I can't remember. But anyway, I mean, yeah, it's not what I do day by day, but I do it with this plugin mostly. Okay. Let's see, event, and then you haven't been doing much, you said, right?
Right. I hadn't been doing much.
Do the book. You need to do the book. So
yeah, well, yeah, and I got to do stuff that makes money, So I got to kind of get all that kicked in gear, which is what we're what we kind of geared up, started today, doing all that kind of stuff. So we've narrowed down the process. It's kind of like what Lee said. We kind of pushed all the peripheral stuff, unsubscribed to a lot of stuff today. Like, okay, those people are all great and they're fine and they're good people and they got great ideas and great stuff, but that has nothing to do with what I'm doing. So I just dumped all those people. And we've narrowed down, what we're doing. We're all has to do with, you attorneys and lawyers and people, dentists, people in that professional level, helping them create, connection for leads through that process. So that involves a lead site with just a little bit of video and a little bit of page. We got something we're working from with that, and then of course being able to tie that to traffic and you know, we had a lot of luck, a lot of success with, or right before Christmas with, you know, started a fan page for an attorney, and a couple of weeks I had it to, you know, 2,500, and got him 80 leads. Which he's, you know, he's sunk now. I had to turn it off. Just turn it off. I can't get to all these people fast enough. So that's kind of, you know, we're just kind of rinsing, washing, and repeating that process, because I mean, it worked. We can do it again, and we've kind of taken that directive to you know, to make that work. And we added a Facebook tool that really is positioning us to do that numerous times with different niches in that professional market. So that's kind of what we're focusing. We're just hammering that over and over, and you know, just staying focused, and let's just do this, and don't look around, don't look off, don't read an email that has nothing to do. You know, just dump it and keep moving on this, because like Lee said, soon enough I'll know whether it's going to produce enough income, and if it's not, then okay, bail and do something else. But you know, the problem for 6 months of this year is I was all over everywhere, and I had to get, you know, narrowed down to just doing the same process over and over that works.
Yeah,
so that's what we're, you know, that's what we're gonna do.
time management. Yeah, I remember I watched the course of Ed Rush about time management, and then also Mike Lemoyne on the Lee. You remember the market bonus? Mike Lemoyne was talking about time management.
Yep.
Also was Jimmy Harding. So I've been doing a lot of things they suggested. I also unsubscribed. This was Christmas last year. I unsubscribed to a lot of things, and I keep focus on one thing, the main thing. I decided what was my core business, and I moved forward there.
I think probably the big breaker for me that will come this year is we were able to get a white label product that we can sell outright, you know, instead of having to be a second source to it, which is going to help us, you know, have a lot bigger ticket item for businesses, and that's going to be, I think, a huge breaker for. I mean, it's going to just change the whole income changer. So.
You mean you switch from the instant customer tool, where you are a reseller from a product that it's gonna have your logo on it?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, the instant thing I mean, it's just kind of fizzing out. From what I see, you know, and for me, for what I'm trying to do with it, it's like, okay, it's good for a little few things, but it just not got the traction I need it to have. Now, for the book thing, it works great, and when I do the book, I'm using it for that. I mean, it is the cat's me, you know, as we would say, it's the cat's meow for that. I mean, it works perfect for that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so instant customer traffic geyser is not for you the best fit. What about for you guys? Have you? Yes, Dean?
Well, I'm just saying, I'm not getting enough return on investment. And I mean, you got to constantly be evaluating return on investment. I'm like, okay, if I'm not doing a book, then I'm not getting much return out of this thing. Even though I'm using it in a lot of different places, it just, you know, you'd think that would make it easy, but it's not. So I'm like, okay, I'm not getting any return on this. I'll just use it for that when it's time to do it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I've had made the choice to do.
Yeah. What about you, Lee and Nobby?
Well, I think with me, it's I mean, we still use Instant Customer, you know, for almost every campaign we do. You know, it's either that or Aweber is what we pretty much use.
But what do you use Instant Customer for? It's just lead acquisition, you said once.
The lead capture, doing, networking without a business card, that seems to work really well for us and for our clients and stuff. There's a few little little things that it does that we really like, and it seems to work. I mean, the free report thing, whether we're using Instant Customer, it depends what we're trying to capture. If we want to capture their text, their phone number, we'll use Instant Customer. If it's more email based, we'll use Aweber or Constant Contact or something like that, depending on what the client wants or has. So that's pretty much. But we've even gone back to using the old original traffic geyser too, just to distribute some videos and stuff to some of the other holes that it sends out to. And it's I mean it's part of the package. You might as well use the tool, so it doesn't hurt to put it out there. And we actually see a little bit of traction from that. So in that sense of just distributing videos, it's some content things that the new traffic geyser doesn't hit. It seems to work, but it's just one of those things where I'll probably never get rid of traffic geyser or Instant Customer. I'll probably always support Koenig's with what he's got until he just doesn't do it anymore. Just because of he's helped me grow my business, so it's
Sure.
his $3,000 a year club isn't really that much of a burden on me, so it's not that big a deal.
3,000 as $200 per month, you mean?
Well, I'm not counting that. I'm not counting the monthly fee. It's just seems like every year you got to buy a $3,000 package. However repackages everything.
Yeah, because it comes out with two launch.
Yeah, I usually skip one and go with the other. So it's like I did the Profit and Publish and Profit. I bought that. I upgraded that. That was only $1,500, but still it's I mean, I'll always support Mike. So whatever he's got going, and I'll find some way to make my money back.
Sure. Yeah. What about you and this book publishing? Are you getting any new clients?
Well, right now we got two books going that we're working on now. We're not really pushing that just yet. That's new for this year, and we'll be definitely jumping in on that and pushing that quite hard after February, after I get back from Publish and Profit, and kind of a little more structure I think I need with it, a little more knowledge. But we do have two book deals going now. I've got my stuff I'm working on. I'll definitely take a client on. We're not out there pursuing it, but we're not out there, but I'm definitely selling it. If the person is right, and then that's the thing with that is the prospect has to be just right for that product, otherwise, or that service, otherwise it just won't work. So that's definitely one of the new things for this year that we're focused on is getting helping people build a platform to grow, to get to the next level that they want to get to.
Okay.
And it's totally separate from the internet marketing thing. We've stripped everything out. It's its own package. We stripped everything out from what we normally do. At first we started out just making that just another option, another item within the list of, and you get a book, so, but that didn't seem to work out too well because it's just not the right person. The people who are looking for inbound marketing for our main system are not the same people looking for a book deal. So trying to get a book out there. So I've stripped everything out, and now the book is its own package. It has nothing to do. It's strictly platform building. It's strictly building your brand and your platform for the message you want to put out. I mean, from podcasting to reports and the book and helping them promote themselves. That's really what our book system is designed for.
Okay. What about you, Nobby?
The book is actually going to be part of our total overall platform. I think what's going to happen is I'm not interested in the process of doing each and every step for people, but ultimately I've already got somebody I'm going to be working with who is going to be doing the book for them. So most of the people I've spoken to have been charging $10,000 to do a book, and they're all saying, look, it's actually going to go to about $15,000, and I'm probably closer to $15,000 for doing a book than I am to $10,000. But a book has... The event I spoke at prior to Christmas, I asked the question of about 60 women in the room, how many people have written a book, and about 5 of them put their hand up. And I said, how many of you would like to write a book? And about 80% of them put their hand up. So writing a book is obviously something that a lot of people want to get involved in. But like a lot of things, you've got to be able to show them the easy way to do it. So writing a book is definitely part of our platform. But our packages are going to be going from like a $2,000 consulting package through to probably $75,000 to $100,000 in a total package. But in doing that, we're talking about website, we're talking about all the SEO, and not the SEO in the conventional manner, because like Lee says, there's a lot of people out there who just take money for jam on SEO, and it's just rubbish. We're looking at doing slightly differently, and of course we've got the big data package that I'm taking on, which will also help with more targeted SEO stuff. Website, branding, a lot of that sort of thing, and doing it for a whole 12 months. Not interested really in doing stuff for, here's a website, $5,000, off you go. That's just bread and butter jam stuff, and you're not building a long-term commitment. I'd rather work with 10 clients who see the value in spending $75,000 for the year and having everything done for them, because you get to know that person, you know exactly what's going on, they get to know you, how things operate, what their expectations are, what they should and shouldn't expect, and know what the outcome is going to be. And at the end of 12 months, you turn around with 10 clients and you say, well, there you go, this is where you started, this is where you've ended up. We reckon you've got a good deal out of it. What do you want to do for next year? So while the office originally wasn't designed as an outsourcing office for a multitude of people, and then it became a lot of people saying, can you help us? And it was like, gee, this could grow very quickly to 300 people. I've decided to change it and bring it back down to a very, very small focus. We're not going to be open door public access for outsourcing to the majority of our clients. And the majority of our clients are going to be 10 to 12 clients. That's going to be the majority of clients. You can't have 1 or 2 clients, because if you're relying on 1 or 2 and one of them leaves, there's 50% of your income gone. So you still need to have a good range of clients who can afford your services, who are committed to your services, and who are prepared to hang in there for the long term, realizing that results can never be based on short term. Results are always based on long term. And at the end of the day, $75,000, if it brings you $100,000, you're still $25,000 ahead. If it brings you $1 million, you're a long way ahead. So we may still run an outsourcing office for all the smaller stuff, but it's going to be based on what we call resourcing rather than outsourcing. So it's a terminology that I've come up with. We will have other people doing the work for us. So rather than having them in-house, they will be resourced from local teams rather than having them sitting there in our office. But they'll be managed. They'll still be managed by our team members. So everybody still gets what they're entitled and deserve to for the money that they pay. But I'd much rather work with qualified clients, 10 to 12 clients. Life is so much easier. You don't have to go crazy. And yet I'll still go out and I'll still do presentations to 1,000 people. And out of 1,000 people, you turn around and say, hey, I only need one person out of this group to pay me $75,000 for the year, and you know, you're set. So you do that 10 times a year to 1,000 people, you're going to find your clients. You don't even have to do it 10 times a year. You find your clients. They gravitate towards one another. When you find a you know, $75,000 or $100,000 client, they're in a circle of other people who are that same client.
Hey, Nobby,
Yeah.
in your search, in talking with like the women, like you said, how many people want to do a book, have you found that the people who are interested in doing a book kind of think along the lines of, well, the book's going to make me money, it's going to make me rich, that they're looking at trying to use the book as an income source?
You know, that's probably exactly what they're thinking. I think the first thing that comes into their head is, I would love to write a book, because they have a book inside them, they just don't know what to do. But the moment you're able to say, look, here it is, it's not as hard as you think, and you can do the Mike Koenig stuff. In fact, the presentation I'm going to do to the 1,000 people, I've already got it in my mind that from the moment I start talking to the moment I finish talking and I say to them, ladies and gentlemen, everything I just told you is going into our new book. That is our new book. So for the last hour that I've been talking to you, there's our new book. And you can do exactly the same thing. That's how easy it can be. But they all need to understand, I think a lot of us have found out that a book is not about making money. A book is only about increasing your awareness, your credibility with other people.
Right.
It should never be done for making money, and I would tell them that straight up front. Don't think about it.
Yeah, see, that's the thing that I find, and that's where, you know, the process, our interview process to even see if we want to work with somebody, that's one of the things I go through with them, is to get them to understand. It's like, look, the book is not to make money at all. It's to build your platform and to build that reputation, you know, and get that to the point where, you know, now it takes you on to the next step, you know, the next level. And some people get it, some people don't. You know, there's some people that are like, no, I want to be able to make money off this book. It's like, well, you know, then you know, you can't look at your first book being that. Maybe your third or fourth book maybe might bring some money in, because now you get some credibility. But first time out in your industry, you know, this is to build your platform, and you know, so that's kind of the way that we're looking at it. So, you know, we're looking at, you know, I've been really struggling with the book thing, cost wise and stuff. I mean, we've been doing $12,000 for a book, and we've done 3 of them now, which is great. But now I'm trying to figure, okay, how could I? Because the book is, I mean, realistically, the book, you can do it in a week. It can be done pretty quickly, you know, if pretty simply. And you know, if you did $5,000, $3,500 to $5,000 for a small, simple book to get to just to start the process, you know, is still very profitable. You know, so I've been kicking that around a little bit too, of like, you know, doing a package where it's like, look, okay, well, let's get you onto the platform here, at least onto the launch pad, and get, you know, for this amount of money, because I know once I make them a #1 bestseller and we take this through this process and we get that done, selling them a bigger package is going to be simple. But okay, well, now you need to step it up. And now it's like, oh, you did all this for me. You did exactly what you said you were going to do. This is now it's opened doors for me for this. Yeah, to spend another $20,000-$30,000 with you, not a problem.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. I don't disagree. Look, when I wrote my first book, I wrote that as a credibility piece, because my software, when I'm talking to people about my software, it's like, yep, okay, I would love to, you know, cut my debt in half and save all the interest and make all the money and create wealth and everything. But, you know, you're talking to me about it. How do I get that you're credible or anything like that? And it's like, well, it's all in here. You know, this is a credibility factor.
Right.
So, but when it came to this one, this was, could you write me a chapter for my book? And I said, yeah, sure, I'll write a chapter. And then the chapter just kept going and going to the point where it turned into 47 pages. And then I started building it out a little bit to, you know, to fluff it up a bit. because a quarter-inch book
Right.
is not a lot. And yet I'm going to be doing the same thing. It just kept dawning on me the whole time that, it was turning into what Mike Koenigs is doing at his events. That you go to an event and you say, okay, you go online now and buy this book and we will give you the printed version, right?
Right.
Look at the credibility factor that gives with people. And that's going to be one of the things that's going to be happening. When that book goes out on the 28th, it's going to be, I'm going to give people a PDF version, but if they buy the actual real book, the physical book, they're going to get me reading it for half an hour in the cartoon, because we're doing the cartoon for it, of course. So they'll get that as a bonus to go with it. And I'm trying to think what other things that we can put with it, that generates work back perhaps through the outsourcing office. I don't know. We'll find something, but getting people to come along to, if they register, they pre-register to buy the book, and then say, come along, we will show you how to format your book for Amazon. It's going to be, yeah, I want to see that. I want to be a part of that. Well, what we're going to do then is Bruce and I are going to turn that Google Hangout into a product. We're going to have the PDF from it.
Right.
Sure.
We're going to have the audio. So we're going to repurpose, which is what we do now for people, right? We could take this Hangout and we could repurpose this Hangout and put it out as a PDF for people to download. There's credibility factor there. You could turn around and you can say, hey, listen, I was in this Google Hangout and here's my book,
Right.
Same thing. It's just changed the mindset, opened the mind to how many different ways can you use a product. Even this week I saw this guy come in and market a PR service. And I've looked at PR before and I just haven't got around to writing anything up. Although I also found this program that I bought last year which finds your content. This is just all craziness stuff. And this guy's got 3,000 sites that this PR goes out to. And I thought, you know what, if I wrote an article on my new book and I sent it out to 3,000 sites, I'm sure to get a few hits. Who's thought of using PR as such properly to get your book out there?
Right.
There's so many different ways. Your local newspapers. We're a little bit caught because in Australia we tend to think locally in Australia, and yet a lot of the programs that come out, especially PR stuff, is US based. There's very little that's done for Australia, and I was thinking, why doesn't somebody do this for Australia? So it's a thought that sort of crossed my mind. There's an opportunity there.
Right.
So now I just got to find out where do I get all the PR sources that we can do this sort of thing and allow people to do it here in Australia. Maybe Elio could do that sort of thing for Europe. I don't know.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elio.
Yeah, sure, Nabi. Why not? But listen, I didn't get from you if you're sticking with Mike Koenigs or not, because sometimes you say Mike is good, but the tools you're moving forward to something else. I didn't get that.
Yeah, no, look, nothing's changed there. Instant Customer was good. We are using different tools. And we are not releasing the book through Instant Customer. We're doing it our own way, but it does exactly the same as what Instant Customer does. There are a couple of things that Instant Customer does that this other software that I'm looking at right now will do for me as well, and far more cost effectively. So you pay for one and you move on, you find another. It happens all the time. So I've got to look at the long term, not the short term. And besides, this is nothing. This is no longer Mike's anyway. This now belongs to another company. So, at the end of the day, what Mike came out with was good. and I have no problem with it, and people use it all the time. But I think I'm probably a little bit more innovative and do a lot more research than other people do. People who join a lot of things, especially like P&P, they're not aware of the big open world of all the different other softwares that are available. And yet that's not to poo-poo Instant Customer or Traffic Geyser. They're perfectly good programs. You know, you pay for it, you should use it.
Mm-hmm. So you're moving forward. You're looking for another tool. It was this CRM you were talking about. Is that the tool is going to replace Instant Customer?
Yeah.
Okay. And for Traffic Geyser, you were talking about another software.
Well, Traffic Geyser, I just bought a couple. I just bought software the other day that will do. We already had one that goes out to 86 platforms, right? That beats Traffic Geyser hands down. Traffic Geyser's got 11 or 12 or 13 or whatever it is platforms. And if you want more stuff, then you've got to start paying through that interlink, and everything just keeps costing and costing and costing and costing. And you know what? You get sick of paying eventually. Twilio, I think it was. And you do just get sick of constantly paying for a different plugin to do this and do that and do everything. And somewhere along the line, somebody's got to pay for it as well. So you've got to find an alternative that's more cost-effective. And something new is always coming out. I saw another video this morning for something new that's coming out soon, in 2 weeks' time. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that does. You know, it's just a process of evaluate, purchase, use it, move on, whatever. And it's not to say that somebody's product is not good. It's just saying that for my specific need, I've decided to go with something else. That's all.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes total sense. I know with us, it's you know, when we, you know, because our whole background, and I keep pushing this because this is really where I've come back to my core for this year is, you know, inbound marketing, and you know that all has to be done with different pieces of software. There's not one piece of software unless you utilize the HubSpot software that does everything all in one package. Now HubSpot has brought the price way down, but still, it's not cost effective us as an agency to resell their stuff when the tools are still out there for free. Basically, you know, setting up a WordPress website, you know, that stuff's all free, the whole bit. You know, uploading videos is still uploading videos to whatever you want to do it to. So in that sense, you know, and the way things have changed, Mike's software, you know, Traffic Geyser and Instant Customer, don't do what we originally bought it to do, you know, for it to do. It doesn't do that stuff anymore. It doesn't make our job easier anymore. So it's just a tool that's just there. And like I said, we do upload videos, some videos through the original Traffic Geyser still, but those are sites that really don't matter much. I'm just looking for the backlink. That's all I want. You're not being slapped by it or anything. But the main core sites that actually Google looks at, you know, YouTube, Vimeo, you know, Instagram, things like that, we hand load all that stuff. I don't do that with anything automated. We never really have because it just doesn't work anymore. So, you know, we're back to having to do everything by hand again, which is fine because we actually get what we want and we get the results we want that way. And we're not going to get slapped by anything, by any surprises in the future, because I think that that's something that Google's definitely looking at, and you will get slapped when you're using some automated stuff. And we just shy far, far away from that because it's just, I know it's coming, and I would rather not have that problem because that would just destroy my business. So, you know, in that aspect, it's we don't use the stuff like we used to. Is it still valuable to us for the cost? Yeah, for, well, whatever it is, $100, $200 a month, whatever it is, it's worth it for us, just for what we do get out of it. Just being able to throw a package or some type of email system or a text message campaign up really quick for a client. in that aspect, it works pretty well. It does what it should do, and that should work. So that's kind of my thought with continuing with the traffic geyser stuff, and which is now owned by the Pulse network. Until the stuff just goes away, I guess I'll just continue to pay the bill and just use it as we need it. But it's definitely not the only thing we use, and my sites are on other things, and how we actually the results that we get and the results that we look for. There's really not a lot of automated software out there to do what we do. I mean, there is and there isn't, but doing it by hand will never get you slapped. It always stays solid, and the stuff, our rankings always stay there. We're never having to fight, oh, well, geez, now we have to do this because now this changed. We just follow the rules and just be smart about it. So that's my bit.
Yeah, I agree.
So you both are going in February, right? Nobby and Lee, you're going
Yes.
to Mine. Yeah.
Yep.
So Lee, you're staying for the software and the training and the community, and you, Nobby, you are just sticking for the community.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, me too. I mean, the people I've met through the group and everything, through this stuff, are great relationships. I've learned an awful lot. I've made some lifetime friends and mentors and partners and stuff. So it's definitely, I'll always go to these events because it's just a great way to, see everybody again and catch up and move forward.
It's just so you can have breakfast, I know.
Exactly.
Are you going to traffic and conversion before that?
No.
Right.
I was thinking about it, but no.
Yeah, I'll probably be at that.
You, Dean, you're not going, right?
No, I'm not going.
Come on, Dean. Come on.
I just can't be. It's just not where I can. I would love to. I mean, those are great events, and you meet great people, and like Lee said, it turns into great stuff down the road. But right now, I'm not where I can.
Yeah. I also would have liked to come, but I don't think I will because I will stay here in Italy until end of January, I think, and no, it's not possible to come in February in US. But I would love to.
You are not allowed to leave the country because the baby won't let you.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. She needs a lot of attention. The thing is, I'm more looking to come to US maybe for this incubator program. So if again I get accepted in San Francisco for the Create Founders or Y Combinator, any other incubator, I would like to come for that. And yeah, I mean the event with Mike Innings, maybe I try to come in October. I mean it will be good. It will be good to come. I would really like. I have enjoyed last February. Also, Lena has really liked. You guys are amazing, and it's nice to be together. Very nice. Okay, so
You know they have make launch in May, don't you?
they have product. Yeah, that's right. I think that's a good event as well, right? Pam Anderson, she's very clever.
Yeah. Well, Mike is there as well.
Yes, of course. But it isn't more Pam Hendrickson taking over, or it's both?
It's both.
It's both. Okay, I got it.
And of course, then that brings Ed into the picture as well.
Ed as well. Yeah, I wanted to understand what's going on now with Ed Rush, because before it seems to me that Mike and Ed were becoming business partner with the company. Mike Kinning said that when he had cancer and he was gonna die, then Ed was gonna take over. So I didn't get it with this acquisition of the company. What happened with Ed Rush?
Ed stepped in. Ed met Mike, and Ed stepped in and said he would help him out while he was going through cancer treatment. So that worked well, and I think that obviously the cancer scare frightened Mike to the point of realizing that life is not all about business, and that somebody came along and made him an offer, and he took the offer. I think that's all it comes down to. And I think Ed is still out there being his own man, which probably suits Ed. I don't see Ed being the corporate person. I think he likes to, like all of us, enjoys the individualism that entrepreneurialism allows us to have.
So Ed Rush is gonna go away from Mike Innings, you mean?
No, I wouldn't say that, but I don't think he's going to be tied up with whatever their name is, Pulse.
Okay, I understand that. Because once Ed Rush replied me that he was just a consultant for Mike Innings. Mike Innings is paying for his time as a consultant.
Yep, I'll go along with that.
Okay. I understand that. Good. So okay, it's almost half an hour left. Dean, you haven't talked much. Do you want to talk about any best practice? Do you want to share something?
Well, I mean, like I say, we have we've kind of found a flow of what we're doing, and so we've created mind maps for that, so we know the guy my partner guy that I work with, we know where we're at. We know, we talk every day. We usually have a Skype in the morning or in the evening, depending on kind of what we map out for the day or day and a half. And we just keep pounding away at it, which is it's creating the pattern and the flow of doing the right things every day. And so you kind of fall back to one of Dan Kennedy's big things is did I spend the day making money or did I just spend the day? And so we try to look at, okay, what can we do today that's going to at least put someone in the funnel that we have the possibility to make income from, and that's helped us refine our process. So and looking at our tools that way, it's okay, how's this tool, how's this software, or how is this process going to create traffic for us, or create a customer for us, or create traffic for our customer, or leads for our customer. So that's really what we've been, we kind of made that commitment coming into the year. That's what we were going to focus on. So we took that process and we're getting the tool. We're trying to stream down all the tools to 3 or 4 tools, and it will just keep using the tool over and over and over and over and over again. So that's how we're looking at that process for ourselves. So we've kind of found some outlets that are kind of untapped that we're kind of is first to the market with in some things, and that's, I think, going to help us create the cash flow concept of saying, okay, now we can start looking at how do we outsource this so we can focus more on the acquisition piece and not the technical components of what we're doing. Because right now we're having to do all, we're having to do all of it. We're having to do the marketing and the technical and the acquisition of clients, and you just run out a week every week, it seems like.
Okay. And what do you guys have to say about this?
Sounds like you need a bigger staff.
Yeah, exactly. No doubt.
Of course, you always need a bigger staff, but the money's not there. So,
yeah.
I think I have a better solution. That you just get a longer week.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. I'm working on that too.
Longer week. That's right. Okay. I'm thinking about. Yeah, we're gonna do this next week. I'm just thinking because let's see, the 12th. The 12th. It's the day before I'm leaving for Sicily.
I'll tell you right now, I'm gonna be next Monday anyway, so
You're not gonna
I won't be where I can do this. I'll be traveling.
You'll be traveling. No, the 12th I'm okay, but the 19th I don't think so. But anyway, I'm gonna duplicate the event right now. Then the other thing is the challenge for next week. By the way, I have recorded what we were supposed to do, and okay, I had prepare for Christmas for Lee, and book finish and publish for Dean, and then get the book finished and get in touch with the local printer and get it published before Christmas. Ceremony rules program in the next 6 months for Nobby, and for me was the trip to Italy and continue with Indiegogo. So this is what I wrote down. So now I'm gonna write for next Monday, which is gonna be the 12th. And even though you're not coming, Dean, we can still record what you need to do if it's like okay. I mean, it's just.
Y'all are just too mean on me. No, no. Yeah, I gotta get it done. You know,
We try to help you. We try to help you. You know.
Hey, I agree. It is. Everybody needs accountability. You know, and you got to have it, and that's going to help me.
Dean, it's for your own good. When we beat the crap out of you, right? Just remember, it's for your own good.
Oh yeah, I believe that. You know, and it needs to be that. I mean, that's the whole point. You know, of hey, we got in this, and we hold each other accountable, and we don't let each other off for just some, you know, flimsy. Well, I just didn't feel like doing it this week. Well, that's fine. You didn't feel like doing it, but you got to get it done. So get it done next week. So do it. You know, and that's what I got to do.
We all have good intentions of what we know we want to get achieved. Our list could be huge, right? But like you say, we often run out of week before we get the work done. And even though I have staff sitting over there working for me, you think I can get my stuff done? So, you know, if I've got a team like that and you guys are struggling down there with, you know, smaller teams or on your own or whatever, you know, don't feel bad because stuff comes along, stuff happens. So I think sometimes perhaps, obviously, everything you want to get done forms a part of your bigger plan, but don't try and take too big a bite.
Yeah.
Well, what was your goal for next week? I didn't get it. You want to get the book done, or you want to do some more specific?
No, I know the book. The goal is get the book done. I mean, because I just need to get it done so I can release it back to Amazon, and you know, because I can't you know, I can't market it until I get, you know, I can't move forward with it. You know, I can't, and I need to get the digital version done so that I can turn around and create the printed version, because I need the printed version. I don't need the digital version. I need the printed version so I can hand it to people. That's what I need. And but I need to get the digital version done because that's what got me to, you know, best author status. So I got to get that done.
Yep. Mm-hmm. How many pages?
It's 73 or 4, I believe.
Okay. And what are you going to charge for the book?
Digitally or printed?
Printed.
Probably in the $9.95 range. $7.95 to $9.95. You know.
Yep.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I've already contacted several local bookstores that'll carry it for me, so you know I can at least say it's, you know, in this store and that store, and you know, that kind of stuff.
Right. Yeah. See, with mine, it's going to be. I'm not worried about it going through shops or anything like that. People can buy it online, but I'm going to do it for basically, you know, I think I got the prices. It's going to cost me $2.50 to have 500. No, to have 100 done. I don't know where I've got it right now. It's here somewhere on my desk, but it was going to cost $2.50 per 100. And I think what I'll do is I'll sell them for like $5. Give me $5, and the book is yours, and I'll sign it for you. Blah blah blah.
Right.
But yeah, in a you know, if you want it mailed, send me $8, and I'll put it in the mail.
Right. Yeah, and I think mine. I think the cost on my other book, which is basically about the same size, was like $4.25 or something for the printed version, and so I was selling it for $9. I didn't have that. It wouldn't even, you know, that was easy for people to do. So that's why I'm kind of sticking with that. They're about the same size. So.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Lee, where's your book?
It is definitely on the drawing board. I've been going over stuff, and I've got 4 of them mapped out, and I'm just trying to schedule some time now to perform the book, actually, to get up and do the
Let's
speech.
see. I heard somebody say a minute ago it only takes a week.
Right. Yeah, it only takes a
I don't know
week.
who that guy was. I don't know who that guy was. I think it was a gremlin in the system. No, you can do it in a week.
Something like that. It would have been done. I would have had it done because it's definitely part of the process of this new year, my goals and where we're headed. I got to have the book done, and I would have had it done over the holiday, but
Yeah, it's hard over the holidays.
well,
Yeah,
the whole last year has just been so crazy, and we've grown so much. I just needed some time off. I just needed to clear my head and just restructure, because the book would do great, but I really needed to restructure my company and make sure that what we have and where we're going is, you know, gonna work a lot better this year than it did last year. Not that it was horrible last year. I mean, everything came together great, but I just want to make sure we keep that momentum, and I don't want to get sidetracked. That's my main thing, is just getting sidetracked, going, oh well, now this is going to be this and this. You know, it's like, aside from Google making some complete drastic changes, I'm on a straight line, and this is our map, and this is what we're doing. Period.
Yeah.
Don't show me anything else, because this is what we're doing, and you know, I think that's going to be the key point, because if I can hit my goal for this year and do what I want to do with what we have, then 16 is just going to be crazy. I mean, it's going to be very, very phenomenal, and that's the goal. So I just got to make sure that my head is on straight and I'm not sidetracked, you know, this year.
Gotcha.
There's a lot of stuff came out last year, a lot of technology changes and stuff last year. The book thing came out last year, real heavy, and a few other little things came out. You know, it was like really got me sidetracked. Like, oh well, I see the money over here. Let's go over down this road. And yeah, the money's there, but you know, now it's like, okay, I don't see any real drastic changes coming in 15 with technology and what we're doing and things like that. I think it's just going to refine more and become more just easier to do and refine everything a little more. So I think that's kind of where my head's at.
Yeah. I agree with that. I really do think, it sounds like all of us have kind of pulled down to, okay, here's what we're going to do, and we're staying with this. And like you say, unless something drastically changes technologically,
right,
we can stay with that.
Right.
Because it's like we know it'll produce money.
Right, and it's like with our car dealership packages. I mean, we were trying to do, last year, I think, I don't know, maybe August, September is when I really started pulling stuff apart and going, this isn't right, doesn't look right. But we were trying to incorporate all of our packages into the same system and same stuff, and it's like, wait a minute, a lot of this stuff doesn't work for this, and a lot of what we do doesn't work for that, and this doesn't work for that. So, even with our car dealership packages, we've completely changed those, and now this year we've got our car dealership packages, and that's it. I only want 10 dealerships. That's all I want. That's all I need. That's all I can handle. And for the price point that we're at, and for what we're doing, that should be very easy to achieve, and that's going to put another, I don't know, $400,000 in my pocket. So that's going to get me closer to my goal and not have the headaches that, trying to get, we need as many as we can. It's like, here's what it is, here's what we can do, here's what the system's supposed to do, and we know it works. We've been testing it for 12 months. We know it works. All we got to do is go out and duplicate it, and that's it. So I don't want to have to sit and think about figuring out what's the next step with this. I want to get where I want to be by July, have all the clients in place by July, and then the last part of the year, figure out what we're doing in 16. That's going to be okay. Here's the structure. Here's the changes that are coming. Here's what's been done. So now we'll move into this stuff, and we'll budget for whatever software we need or anything we need, and that's kind of that's just my thought of trying to keep everything straight and streamlined.
I tend to agree with you, Lee. It's everything you've been doing, and I'll go along with it. That it's perhaps not so much for 2015 because you might still be betting a lot of stuff in, but 2016 has got to be the boomer year for you, because otherwise you're going to be too old. But the other side of the coin is going to be what we know is so far in advance of what other people will ever get to know,
right?
That they're going to have a long time trying to catch up to us, and the technology that we already use, the knowledge that we already use, and the implementation that we can put into place. That we try keeping too far ahead of ourselves. The next bright shiny object is one thing, but when you boil it down, how much is it really worth to your company, to your business? Change what you're currently doing to stop in your tracks and try and fit this new thing in. And I think that's one of the problems with bright shiny objects, is recognizing that what you've got is more than good enough. Get on with it and go and make money. Stop spending it.
Right. You're absolutely right. And that's, and it's interesting because, you talk about how, where our knowledge is compared to other people, within our space and stuff like that aren't part of our groups and stuff, is, you're absolutely right with that our shiny objects are completely different than other people's shiny objects,
Yeah.
And there's some people that figure out, I could be doing this, but we're already so far ahead of that we're looking at how else to use this, or some other system or something else can be plugged in or do this that is so far beyond what our competition thinks. And that's the thing I've realized this year, 14 is that we left our competition completely in the dirt. I mean, there's nobody who holds a candle to us, can match what we do, even talks the same language as we talk, because of the crap I've learned this last year, by joining Diego's stuff and some of Mike's stuff and some of Jimmy's stuff, and just really hanging with some of the guys who've really figured this stuff out, and learning more how the tools can be used in different aspects and just different ways of thinking and mindset and stuff that our competition, my competition has, they're not even in the same ballpark, and my clients know it. And that's the thing I really like about it. And as opposed to sitting here and trying to reinvent shit this year, I've just got to focus in on what I'm doing and make sure that I stay the track and make sure that I keep that I'm days and weeks and months ahead of all my competition. And that's the thing I'm really worried about this year, is to make sure that nobody catches up with me, and that we just lock in what we're doing so solid that it just works so well that everybody else is just comparing them to us, and that's what I want. Well, we can do just like the Waters Group does, or what? That's what I want. I want people to compare them to me. I don't want to have to compare anybody, myself to anybody else. And I've always made sure that happens, that I stay so far ahead of everybody that I have no competition.
Well, the only competition that I see that you've got is yourself.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That's it. I mean, and that's the thing that keeps my mind going, that I have to do better. I have to do better than I did this last year. I have to do better at this project than I did the last time. I have to do, and that's, and as long as I keep thinking that way, and I'm not looking behind me and looking at the guys on my heels or whatever, I'm going to be light years ahead of them still, because it's just they have no clue what we're doing.
Absolutely correct. You are good enough at what you are doing and where you are, let alone for any advancements or achievements that you make, and that applies to each and every one of us.
Right.
Yeah, just the fact that we are on this call together already tells us that, you know, we're committed, not just to each other as a group, but to ourselves as individuals, to know more, to do better, to help others, and to advance our knowledge and our experience, and just in everything that we do. So very few people take the time to commit to themselves, let alone take the time to commit to anybody else. So I think for what all of us are doing on here now, thanks to Elio anyway.
You're welcome. Thanks to you, Nobby, and to all of you.
It's it's a good thing. I would like to see our group be bigger, but by the same token, I'm also jealous of my time, because I know one of the things is it is a couple of hours, every week or whatever, and we do run out of week, as Dean said. But at the end of the day, the conversations that we walk away from here with, in our own head, just reinforce why we are as good as what we are and where we are.
Right. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, that's right.
It's like saying we don't have to buy any more shiny objects. We know far better than what everybody else already does. We know that, but until we say it to each other, we don't recognize it.
Right. Yeah. It's like I was just recently asked to take over a group at our chamber for it's called a micro business group, and it's where small micro businesses, 1, 2, 3, 4 employees type size, get together once a week and discuss best practices, problems that they're having. And I kind of attended a few last year and worked on a couple projects with it. And this year I was asked to chair the whole thing, and the chamber came to me and wanted me to just take the whole group over and move it forward. And I thought that was, it was really a great accomplishment on my end, and building my reputation and credibility. That I was definitely, no problem. I want to help, small business, the people who can't afford me. I want to help them so they can afford me. And that's where, I think that's really going to help me grow, just credibility wise, and build value within my community and my business community. So that's something I'm really looking forward to doing this year. It meets once a month, but and we talk about topics and figure some stuff out. Just help the small guys just try to not make mistakes and not get ripped off. That's my main thing. I don't want to see people lose their money and be led down the wrong road, to something that's not going to help them out and possibly push them out of business. Take their last nickels and make it worse than it already is.
Yeah, I agree.
If I can throw a little bit out for free, and because I know whatever I throw out is going to come back to me tenfold. So, I'm more than happy to sit down and meet with these small business guys and help them stay on the right track.
Good. Oh, you'll enjoy that.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
All hail the Grand Poobah.
Hey, Dean, did you get lost? Dean, I think
you're muted.
You're there. Come on, Dean.
Nope, still don't hear you.
Yeah,
Yeah, kick that PC.
Yeah, you can hear me because I
There you
can
go.
talk.
Now I hear you.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, so what I wrote so far on Trello is that Dean has to finish the book. Anything else for next week, Dean?
No, I'm not going to add anything else to that list.
And it has to be published.
Dean's got to pass. He's not even going to be here next week, so he's got 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'll get by 2 weeks, but I will let y'all know on Monday that I got it done. I mean, I've got to get it done.
You gotta get it done. Yeah, that's right. That's the right
Because
attitude.
well, I mean, it's to the point where now it haunts you. Every time you turn around, you're thinking about it, and it's just it messes. You know, it gets in the way up here, and it's like I got to finish that, and so then you can't focus on. You might as well just go on and stop, get it done, and get past it. You know,
Yep.
it's kind of one of those things.
Yep. Always do the worst or the hardest part first.
Yep.
Yeah. What about you, Lee? Are you also gonna finish the book?
Yeah, I'll probably have most of it done by next week. I mean, that's kind of the plan. I'm just right now going through some stuff and making sure that we're geared up for this year, and I can, I'm working with my team, making sure they know what I expect and where my head's at and what we're focused on. But I definitely will have something a little further along by next week, if not ready to be transcribed. So, or even the transcription done. That's kind of the goal, because I know that a lot of what I'm planning and doing, working on, hinges on the book. And I've got a thing towards the end of this month. I've got an engagement that I'm doing, something I'm doing the end of this month that I kind of really need the book done. So that's kind of, so my push is to really get it done by the end of the month, to have it done, published, and #1 status, the whole bit, just to be there. Because I'm definitely not coming to Publish and Profit without the #1 bestseller. I'm going to be the only one there again with no book.
Sure. So almost done for next week, and then publish for end of the month.
Yep.
Okay, I'm recording. And what about you, Nobby? What are you gonna do?
Same thing. I'm in the same boat. My book will be published, be pre-released before the end of this week. Hopefully, it'll be pre-released today, and it'll be up in the community for pre-orders and pre-sales. And then by the 28th of January, definitely it is up for sale. And as soon as it hits that #1, it just goes straight to print.
So I didn't get it. The book published, what you mean is that you're gonna publish it on Kindle?
Yeah, well, the book published in as much as on Amazon, right? The pre-sales and the sales on Amazon, once it hits #1, then I'll go and get it printed, physical books printed.
Mm-hmm. But you said you want to pre-sales by next week, and then you want to publish it, release it by end of January.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Lee, I just want to say you should put your nice face on Trello. You are the only one with the initials.
Oh, okay, I'll have to do that.
Yeah, just a picture. I mean, it's just nice to see you. Okay, so I record for all of you guys, and for me next week.
You're gonna write a book.
No, actually, the book is done. I don't think I'm gonna write any new book. What I have committed myself is that I want to really get a best-selling book, selling many copies. So I want to rewrite my book. I actually want to follow the Art Becker style, that he only has published one book, The Millionaire Mind, but he has made several releases, changed the content of the book, I think, every year or something. So I'm gonna stick with my title. I'm gonna stick with my title. I'm just gonna change a little bit the content. I would like to make it more as a story, because I follow headrush pattern. So it's very much content and education. But then also when I talk with the person on the street, my family and stuff, they don't relate with anything that I'm talking about the book. So I wanted to put in a way that it's digestible for more people, and that more people can find something on it that it's valuable for them. Always sticking with what we are doing, obviously, but I would like to have it more as a story, and then also I'm considering to have more people interview, more people involved into the story of the book. So, but that's not for next week. That's not possible. I have that as for like in 5 years range. So I'm not gonna achieve I don't know, New York Times or whatever it is, a bestseller book in a week or in a year. I think that's a long run. But yeah, definitely gonna work on. But for next week, what I want to do is to go to this B&B. I have the appointment on end of the week, and I want to get ready for my trip in Sicily. I have some operational things that I'm running and improve the campaign on Indiegogo. Guys, please just one minute of your time and give me your feedback, because it's very important, you guys, because you have a marketing point of view. So if you can just have a look quickly and tell me, hey Elio, you should change this and this and this, that will be very helpful if you can do it. So I'm gonna record this for me next week, and looking forward to meet you again. Apart from Dean, that will join us next week, or I don't know. I have to see. Probably 19. I'm not available. If you guys want to do it, you can obviously. But I don't think from Sicily I will be able to do it. I need to see this. Anyway, you guys have a great week.
All right, man.
You too.
See y'all later.
Talk to you
See
later.
you
See you
Have a
later,
good one,
guys.
All right.
Bye.
Have a good one. See you later.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye.